Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a show for you. Got a 5-star commitment. One Kamarion Franklin. He winds up committing to Ole Miss. Tricked Auburn big time. And Lane Kiffin, he couldn't be happier, I'm sure. You can imagine. And I think he enjoyed keeping one of his best players in the state. And we're going to go all over this. All right. As you know, we've been missing out on 5-star defensive linemen.
Again.
One after the other. The last 3. And we were literally in the lead for them multiple times. And that was Cam Fountain, who was a really high 4-star. Not really a 5-star, but almost. We looked like we had him actually a silent commit is what I had heard as a rumor. But he wound up visiting USC and just immediately committed. So we pretty much determined they threw the bag at him. Which, you know, is no big shock. USC is going to throw money at folks. The next guy was Williams Winery, and we were leading for him for a pretty good while. Then we were completely out of it. Then we were back in the mix, and he winds up signing with Missouri. And Missouri's got that special law to where they can immediately start paying a player in high school. So he picked Missouri, obviously, for that reason. I think that's pretty obvious. And you almost can't blame him.
Logical.
And I don't blame Missouri for passing that law. They were tired of watching their best players leave the state.
Don't leave me here alone.
And I think that's what we're dealing with this most recent one with Ole Miss. Because Kamarion Franklin, we were in the lead for a very long time. And then the last couple of days, Auburn was in the lead for him. And then suddenly Ole Miss pops up and wins the day. And Mississippi amended their NIL laws to be more permissive and easier to pay players. And it's a lot like the Tennessee amendment.
Identical.
Mississippi now permits communication between the institutional employees and third parties. I believe they can be paid as soon as they verbally commit. Yeah, right here it says, allows athletes to enter NIL contracts once they verbally committed to a college or university in Mississippi. Tennessee's amendment similarly removed language about an athlete being at an institution. In other words, they can go ahead and start paying the guy once he's verbally committed. So he's already on the payroll, so to speak, as far as NIL is concerned, name, image, and likeness. So it's kind of understandable, and I can also understand why Mississippi did that. It's really hard when you've got some 5-star athletes in your state and they go to Georgia, Alabama, or it'd been even worse for Lane Kiffin if they'd gone to Tennessee. Because as you know, there's a lot of bad blood between Lane and the Vols because we did him so wrong. You remember, didn't we fire him and kick him out after 1 year? Or was it that he left in the middle of the night? It's one or the other. I can't remember. I think if you ask Lane, he was pushed out. And he had to take his whole coaching staff with him and as many athletes as they could get too. And I believe it was the night before National Signing Day. About the worst time you could possibly do that to a college. So anyway, he's obviously happy to get a 5-star because they needed it. Their recruiting has sucked. You can see where they were sitting with 4 4-stars and 15 3-stars. So they were not sitting at a very good position. So this 5-star will help them. That might actually be a 4-star they've got listed here because they probably have him as a high 4-star. Let's see. Yeah, see, they've already got him listed here. So even with a 5-star, and they've got him listed as a 5-star, they're still 24th in the country. So that was a player they desperately needed. And if you watch the commitment of Cam Franklin, he initially pulled off his shirt and was wearing an Auburn t-shirt. And I'm going to show that to you.
All that being said,
we love you.
I have decided for the next 3 to 4 years.
Yep, the old switcheroo.
Where'd that other guy go?
April Fools! I'm right here!
Hey! That was pretty good.
Starting out with the Auburn shirt, got the Auburn people all fired up, and then had the Ole Miss shirt underneath. So, little trickeration. I kind of doubt the Auburn fans appreciated that a whole lot. But anyway, now attention is turned to Jordan Ross, who's a 5-star out of Alabama, and we are leading for him. As you can see right here, he is a 5-star on most of the boards. But Tennessee's got the lead. Georgia's in second. Florida's in third. And Alabama's in fourth. And he's out of Alabama.
Alabama!
And he's going to commit on Monday, and I don't know what time. I may very well try to cover that live. I wasn't able to do today because I had to work.
Well, the world needs ditch diggers, too.
But Monday I might be able to pull it off. So anyway, this is an important deal. We need Jordan Ross now because we've missed out on 3 straight 5-stars, and that's getting a little frustrating.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
To say the least. I know several of you are frustrated. And this NIL thing is kind of smacking us in the face. The last 2, look, there's no way that Williams-Winery goes to Missouri without that special law. And I also don't think that Cam Franklin would have stayed at Ole Miss without that law. So it's, look, if you can get money in hand, it's kind of hard not to take that. Now, this thing with Jordan Ross, we'll see how it plays out. We are in the lead right now, but that could change on Monday. It could be a last-second Hail Mary by some team that just decides to throw money at the situation. I'm sure we've made a good, strong offer for Jordan Ross through NIL, but we'll see if it's enough. But we need to hit on somebody in this defensive line category because we've gotten 2 3-stars and a 4-star so far. If you're going to compete for national titles, we've got to improve our defense. And we had a really good class last year as far as defense, but we got to keep stacking them because even if you get a 5-star or a high 4-star, there's no guaranteed he's going to be some great player. You've got to have multiples of them and hope that some of them hit. And you wind up with some great player that can really pressure the quarterback. Because just because you can do it in high school doesn't mean you can do it at the SEC level. Doesn't mean you can do it at the college level, and especially the SEC level, which is basically the NFL's G League. So anyway, I wanted to cover this, and Lane, enjoy it. You finally got one, Mr. Transfer Portal. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. Hopefully we pick up Jordan Ross, and that would be obviously a big get for us, especially out of Alabama. That'd be sweet. And at this time, I do want to thank today's sponsor, and that's Sevierville Golf Club. This is the course that I play every week. It's a beautiful layout. You've got 2 golf courses there. You've got the river and the Highlands. One has a lot of water, obviously the river. The Highlands is a little bit shorter course. It's a little bit easier for your average player. The river is more for your better player. They also have a great practice facility over there if you want to work on any part of your game, whether it's your short game, if you want to work on your irons or your driver. A great range there, and the conditions are always really good there. They take very good care of this golf course. And if you want to get something to eat or drink, you can just pop right into Mulligan's. They have a full menu and a chef there. So be sure to check out Sevierville Golf Club. It's a couple of great golf courses, and even if it's busy, it's not busy because, again, they got 36 holes. So check it out if you're ever in Sevierville or if you're a local. Try it out. You will not be disappointed. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's me know to continue to cover the Vols and recruiting, SEC, all this good stuff. If you've not subscribed, it's on your right, my left. Just hit that little button. I would appreciate it. And right over here is the most recent video that YouTube thinks you'll love based on your viewing history. And we will see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.